Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Welcome to our Sunday night Zoom call. And we have some exciting speakers, I think. I don't know if anybody out there suffers from lupus, and thankfully I do not, but a friend of mine does. And I want to show you a picture. When shortly after I started on this program, I went to a presentation, and there was a story of a girl who was on there, and I just thought, oh my goodness, it's something that is so amazing that I have to share. So I want to show you this other gal's before and after picture. Her name was Lisa. I'm going to read you her story because the print is really small. It says, Lisa's story in her own words. My surviving to thriving story. At 30, I had a mini stroke. That was the start of my downward health spiral. Over a 13-year period, seeing many specialists, I was diagnosed with IBS, hypoglycemia, low thyroid, a goiter, and worst of all, multiple autoimmune diseases. Fatigue, pain, and lupus fog ruled my life. On June 24, 2003, my 43rd birthday, I made the verbal decision to give up on the elusive dream of a healthy, happy life. But thankfully, 3 hours later, my sister-in-law showed up at my door, 20 pounds lighter, and gave me hope that my life could be better. She had a way, and I didn't care what it took. I was ready to have a no-matter-what commitment. I went from a size 12 to a 0 quicker than I ever thought possible, and that was just the beginning. I spent the last 9 years optimizing my health to the point of ultra health. So that's the reason why I called my friend Dana, because I knew she struggled with this. And I thought, oh my word, I can't know this and not share that there might be hope. So our kids have known each other for a bazillion years, and they're old, and we have not aged. FYI, we have not aged at all. But I would like to introduce you to my friend Dana, and I'll let her pick up the story from there. So Dana, take it away.
Hi guys. I think I'll start with first. I had a gal come into me the other day in my office, and the first thing she said to me that I myself was so happy that I must have had nothing bad in my life happen. And if you've ever known me, you're like, right. And I looked at her and said, nope, it's just the choices I have personally made not to let it tackle me. I've had lupus since I was 15. I was officially diagnosed at 19 with the speckled A, which anybody who has lupus understands what that is. I've had cancer, 2 different kinds of cancer. Let's just put it this way, I've had some serious challenges, but the lupus is probably the longest and the most debilitating. Trish and I were talking about the inflammation part. Anybody who has lupus knows it's the inflammation, and everything seems to set it off, from stress, food, drinking. It just, and every time you think you've got it under control and you're thinking, hey, I'm doing really good, it just flares up again, and it's very painful. I've lived with a lot of pain. Trisha's known me a long time. Pain has just been an accepted part of my life. That's just the way it's been. But it wasn't until probably 3 years ago that my pain motivation, as we call it, is what changed my viewpoint. So it was actually 4 years ago that I started this with Trish. I just did a Christmas play in 2010 and took a look at the pictures, and I got the part because I was fat, and that's all there is to it. I mean, I looked good. I was a nice-looking fat person, but I was fat. That was it. And I have struggled with my weight all my life. Just staying thin has not been easy. So I looked at those pictures and went, oh, that's really cool. Not. And then I went to the doctor and found out that my cholesterol was 269. My HDLs were 40, my LDLs were 191, and my triglycerides were 152. So my doctors were kind of having a fit that my cholesterol was so high. I also have hypothyroid, which means low thyroid. I've also got VTAC, where I have premature heartbeats. So in 2011, early 2011, I was a wreck and a mess, and I don't even remember how much I weighed at the time, but fat, we're just going to put it bluntly, fat. I actually did not know Trish was doing this program. I saw this Take Shape for Life and went, oh, Which was really cool because we started a good journey together. But that journey started with just getting thin and getting the cholesterol down. In 7 weeks, my cholesterol went to 159. HDLs went to 40, LDLs went to 107, and my triglycerides were 75, which was excellent. But a lot of that was just for me to get thinner. And I wouldn't consider it a journey. I just wanted to get thin and look good. And then I'm trying to think, they still put me on cholesterol medicine. And 3 years ago, because of the cholesterol medicine, I had fallen and pulled my hamstring off my pelvic bone, which was a 8-month recovery, learning how to walk again. For 10 weeks, I could do absolutely nothing. It was either lay down or stand up, nothing. And then I had to relearn how to walk at 51. That was fun. But the pain factor is what came in. I already had the lupus challenge, and when I was down with that, I ate cake like you would not believe because it was my comfort. And then I went to Thailand for 8 months, and I had little kids. So when I came home in 2014, I was heavy and I hurt. And gosh, I don't think I got a hold of Trish again until the beginning of last year. And I had a job that kept me on my feet and kept me with people. And I was just tired, cranky, and full of pain. I then broke my foot. So after, I think I'd only started like a month, and then I broke my foot, went back into my sugar addiction, which lupus does not like sugar either. So here we go with nice fat inflammation, pain, and my hip always hurts. That's just a fact. So what did I call you? It's been 4 weeks, something like that. So I called her and I said, look, I need to get the weight off. But this time it's more than just the weight. I said, my motivation is pain. And my dear friend says, well, that can't be your only motivation. And from someone who's always lived with pain, this was definitely an incredible motivation for me. It still is. She knows that. I know we all have our goals and all our things that we want to do, and I'm going to be really blunt with you. I just want to be pain-free, whether it's inflammation, whether it's my hip, whether it's my knees. I've lost, in the 4 weeks, I think, 16 pounds. The knees have just lightened up incredibly. I can't even tell you. The hip doesn't hurt. In fact, I'm not taking my pain meds for my hip. It's the one bad knee. When I fell, it got messed up too. But I was telling her the other night, it's just, the difference is wonderful. The pain is less. But the kicker is the inflammation that in my system. I'm off the naproxen, the Motrin, and this is only 4 weeks. And I am off all my inflammation. I had forgotten how quickly that happened the last time till it happened this time. And I know that this will last because it lasted the first time I started. But on this journey, I think I'm doing better because this is a whole scope. The first time was just getting thin. This time is more, I just want to be healthy. I truly want to be healthy, and I want to be pain-free. And this plan, anybody who knows me, I do cakes, I do cookies, and I am a sugar addict, and there's no question about it. But my change in my motivation has, instead, now I am more focused on when I want to eat my one meal. It's very, very, very tasty, almost gourmet. My family is thoroughly excited that dinner is usually very, very good because I have to be creative with food. So if I can't do it with the sugar and decorate cakes and cookies, then I will do it with my normal food that I can eat, and really learning to eat good food. Trish knows I am a sugarholic. I used to have one mocha blast. That would be your ice cream from 31 flavors a day. On a bad day, it was 2, and that would not count the coffee, the iced mocha, normal coffee I would have in the morning too. So I am a sugar hound, but because I've changed the focus on I want to be healthy. It's been this round is much different. So I feel much better, and I can honestly say probably, gosh, in the last 10 years, other than the other time I was, I did the Get Thin, I have not felt this good in a long time, and definitely not in the last 3. I have not felt this good. So it's made a great difference. And health-wise, because I can't take any of the cholesterol meds now, I've been through 6 of them, and they are the ones that actually weakened all my ligaments that caused when I fell, that pulled the hamstring off. That's why it was a freak accident. Thank you to your cholesterol meds. I can't do them. And when my cholesterol is bad, I cannot breathe. Most people say, well, they don't know it. Well, I do. I cannot breathe. Literally, it's like being underwater, or you can take as many breaths as you want, but because my blood will not take in the oxygen because there's so much cholesterol, I can't breathe. So it's just a blessing. I can't even tell you how good I feel.
Isn't it amazing what happened when you change your focus to health instead of to get skinny? Because now it sounds like your determination is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like a different girl. I want to pick on Michael here for a minute, since he's handy. And he's a doctor, that maybe he can explain to everybody else who's watching and who doesn't suffer from lupus, and the people who are going to watch later, what is the mechanism behind it? So if you would, Michael, please.
Well, I'm particularly close to this topic because I have my own autoimmune disease called ankylosing spondylitis, and that is my motivation. My motivation isn't weight either. My motivation is I can feel in a day when I eat things that are off program, which I do. I'm in maintenance, I'll eat things, but I can feel it the next day. And so I just kind of get back on the program, my maintenance program, and within a day, my pain and inflammation goes away. So the deal with inflammation is that things like sugar, pretty much the things that we know are bad, but in particularly sugar, just breeds inflammation. There's a marker in our bodies called CRP. That's an excellent marker for inflammation. And there's a direct correlation to when you're eating those kind of foods, those levels in your body will go up. Now, for someone like who has lupus or another autoimmune disease, it's just going to skyrocket that much more. But even if you don't have an autoimmune disease or an inflammatory disorder, most of us can actually feel the inflammation in our body because you just feel worse. You don't have as much energy. You kind of have maybe a few little aches and pains like that. But again, getting back on the program amazingly takes care of it so quickly. And Dana, I was so impressed with how your other markers, your cholesterol numbers and everything have just changed so quickly. That's pretty darn impressive. But I mean, congratulations, because what I love, like Tricia was saying, is that the reason your journey is so much more powerful this time is before you were trying to get rid of something, and that was get rid of the fat, as you call it.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to create something for yourself, and you're trying to create a pain-free life that allows you to do the things that you want to do for a very, very long time. And that's really what's going to motivate all of us by, thinking about what we're trying to create for ourselves, not just trying to get rid of something. Because eventually that feeling about wanting to get rid of it can die down, and it's not as big of a draw force. It's not big of a motivator. But when you know what you're trying to reach for over there and you're continuing that journey towards it, it's so much more powerful. Oops. You're muted, Kirsten.
And I muted. I said, well, and it will always, because you're going toward health, it will always keep pulling you there. Instead of once you lose however many pounds you're trying to get rid of at the time, then you're done. Yay. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a magic pill for that?
Amen.
That'd be lovely. Does anybody have any questions for Nana? Raise your hand if you do. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing, my friend.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to introduce you to Maria. And I got an email from the company one day back in about April or so. And they said, call Maria. She wants to get healthy. Actually, it just said call Maria. And if anybody here who's been on the caller listing later. Sometimes you get these emails from the company and you call them and the people don't answer the phone or they don't call you back. And I'm like, why would you hit the little button that says ask for help if you're not going to answer the phone? I've always been funny like that, but hey. So I thought, okay, I'll call Maria. And we hit it off instantly. We have a daughter with the same name. Her name is spelled traditionally. Mine is not. I left the E off of Natalie's name, but we are both medical transcriptionists back in the background. And so it's just been an amazing journey. And she has been such the picture of following the program to the letter because she knows what she wants and she wants to get healthy. So everybody, this is Maria. Take it away, girl.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My story, I don't think it's much different than everybody else's, but I've had a weight problem my whole life. I was 8 years old and I was overweight. And part of that also is I'm Italian. So we eat a lot of pasta, 3 days a week, bread on the table. So by the time I was in 6th grade, 11, 12 years old, I was 170 pounds. Went to a nutritionist, and that was my first bout of losing a substantial amount of weight. Through my teens, I would gain a little here, a little there, 20s, still tried every diet in the world. My favorite was, and this is pretty funny, if you're an 80s child, the Dick Gregory Bohemian Diet, where you drank 3 times a day. It was an Oprah plan, and she sponsored it. 3 times a day, you would drink a shake, and that was it for 2 weeks. You ate nothing, drank nothing except that. I've done that. Then at 32, I had my first daughter, my only child, my daughter, and that's when the weight came on and never came off. I think I figured it out where I gained a pound or 2 a year, but that's substantial in 15 years. From my 20s, 75 pounds, I guess, from when I graduated from high school. And I guess that's where I found Trish. I finally said enough is enough. I went to the doctor. I had bronchitis, and it was in April, and the nurse insisted on weighing me. And I was, coughing, hacking all over the place. And I said, why the hell do you have to weigh me right now? And she said, because I must. And as mad as I was, I look back at it now and say it was the best thing that could have ever happened, was that she weighed me. When I saw that number on the scale, it was like the cold water challenge, the ALS cold water. It was a shock and a half after not being on the scale for so many years. Heard about Medifast, and I said, let me give this a try. Called the number, hooked it up that way. For some reason, it's not in this area. I don't know why. I live in a Philadelphia suburb. I don't know why it's not here. And it has just been, hooking up with Trish has been the greatest thing that could happen to me. 45 pounds in less than 4 months. It's, it's a challenge, but it's not as hard as I thought it could be, or anybody else, would say it could be. It's a great program. It's taught me how to eat properly. It's taught me what I was doing wrong all of these years. And I just can't say enough. It's lowered my blood pressure, which has been high since that first diet when I was 11 years old. And I could go off my medication now. Everything is in check. My sciatica that last summer hurt me so badly. It hurt me to walk. It hurt to breathe. I don't even have that problem any longer. So that's basically my little story. Like I said, it's not overwhelming. It's not any different than any of you guys, but if I could do this, not to sound too commercially, if I could do this, anybody could do this. It could be done. And I'm just looking forward to see what the next few months bring.
She was so mad at that nurse. So mad.
I am a factor. Why? But I'll tell you, I went back. I had a few tests run last week. I saw that nurse, and I said to her, "I want to tell you something. You helped me. As mad as I was, you were the one that pushed me to start a better life."
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So let me see. Does anybody have any questions for either one of our speakers here? And I'll unmute the speakers just in case y'all get asked any questions. Michael.
Hey, Maria, I was just wondering because, it sounds like being overweight has been such a lifelong problem for you. And what I love is that you're having amazing results, but you also seem to be learning what you should learn to make this a lifelong change. So that's pretty amazing. And I'm sure that the people around you must be thinking, what the heck is going on with you? That's a hell of a lot of weight to lose in 4 months. Yeah.
Well, Michael, it's funny. You're right. And I've talked to Trish about this a lot. My husband is supportive. In fact, he has about 15 pounds he wants to lose. He started the program yesterday. So,
Good.
but my extended family, I've said to Trish, there's so much cynicism. It's like, there she is again, another fail. And they don't get it that it's not Medifast. It's take shit for life.
That's right.
You're in this for the long haul.
Yeah.
Up to 2 hours ago, my own mother, who says this every time I see her, she said, the hard part's coming when you got to keep it off. And I said finally today, I had to get a little smart. And I said, okay, Richard Simmons, I hear you. How many times are you going to tell me? I said to her. And if I really wanted to be mean, I would say, you know what, Mom? Instead of the criticism, why don't you get on board with me? Because this would be a great thing for her to do. For her. For my husband, I'm excited because he lost a great deal of weight. He lost about 60 pounds 10 years ago. And he's kept it off. But he doesn't do it the right way. For him, eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and that's it for the day is how he kept his weight off.
Oh.
No. So that's the whole thing, is that we're showing each other how to do it the right way, the proper way, so that, and if you fail, you get, like you said, Dana, you get back on that horse.
Absolutely.
And you do it.
And it's really, sometimes families can be the hardest on us and the hardest on the loved ones. And, it's really hard for some people to accept what honestly we consider this a gift. So we have the opportunity to share the gift with others. And, there are some people who just won't be ready. And when you get all that cynicism and everything, it's really just about them not being ready. And the amazing thing is your journey is going to change week by week. Your story is going to be different. You're going to have new amazing results to share. But always keep in mind that, when you're thinking about if you want to share this program with people who do need it, just think about how you have struggled, and that many people around you, including your family, obviously probably don't know the real struggles that you have gone through. Obviously they don't truly understand them, or they would probably look at you completely differently. So you're probably surrounded by people like that. So that's how we kind of look at it. Yes, some people are going to be cynical, but yet the next person down the road might, this could change their lives forever.
Right. And Trish has been getting on me, do a public Facebook. And, I did decide today, she'll be very happy. I hit 45 pounds today. When I hit 50, I don't know if I could do a picture yet publicly. Because, I don't want those mean girls in high school to see what I really ballooned up to. I am definitely going to post something with Trisha's help saying I've lost 50 pounds. I've done it this way. I'll word it the correct way. And if you too would like to get into this, find what I found, message me. And I think that might be a way to, I have to do it up here. I have to mentally still get as strong as I feel to let people see the before and the after. I just have some kind of psyche about that right now.
I'm going to tell you, this has been, and it's not just you on that. I mean, I had the hardest time, and I had a 37-pound weight loss, but I didn't want anybody to see that I had gained that 37 pounds with my shirt off, and I struggled. And when I did the before and after, I really had to take a deep breath, close my eyes, and hit enter. And then I about hyperventilated because the best thing was all the positive support that I got from everybody else talking about how much younger I look. Some people said, oh, it looks like father and son. I mean, all of that made it all so much better that, now I'm proud of my before and after. So just think about that.
Thank you. You're right. So couple weeks, Trish, we're going to get on that, and I will do something publicly.
Maria, you may get the comments I got when the first time I went through. I had old high school friends going, oh my goodness, that's the girl we know after I lost the weight. They're going, that's you. You haven't changed. And yet when I had all that weight on, oh my goodness, I look like, Porky Pig. And I want to tell you, you look beautiful. You really, really, really need to look at the difference because you are just so beautiful. And just take it
Thank you. I know that's rough for me. Taking compliments isn't a strong point.
I know. Been there, done that.
They're going to keep on coming.
They will.
So, thank you.
So I have to tell you, Maria, you need to stand up because I have to take a look at that shirt. Come on, stand up for me.
Oh, no. Come on, Trish. We're going to be here.
You look beautiful. Come on, stand up. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That was so quick. I didn't even see.
That's faster than the roller coaster. Do that again, please.
Oh, okay. See?
There's your waist there. That's great.
Oh, good God.
And you
I'm so red in the face.
Okay. It's good lighting. We can't tell that, so don't tell us.
I'm off flash, Michael.
You know what? And you guys, she just survived the family vacation where their tradition is to go to the ice cream parlor, every single night of the family.
Right.
So she did amazing. And in talking to Dana here just earlier, she says, and Sugar's my friend. I said, really? Is Sugar your friend? So turns out that it's not after all. So
I tell people that there's alcoholics, there's drug addicts, and there's me. I am a food-aholic.
I know. I'm an ice cream-aholic. I'm right there with you, girlfriend.
Okay, but y'all need to add recovering because you really want to go down that road anymore?
Absolutely.
I don't think you're there anymore.
I like less pain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Anybody else have any questions?
Well, I want to have Dana make sure she posts some of those creations that she's going to be, playing around with and those healthy lean greens. Because you said, now that you can't create your sugar stuff, now you're going to be, creating healthy things. So be sure and post them and share them in our group.
Okay.
We're all going to be watching for them.
Okay.
And, you could even post those kinds of things on your own Facebook and share and say, oh my gosh, I love how this program is helping me, get healthier and feel so much better and pain-free, and I still get to eat this amazing food. Things like that, because who knows who you could help just by posting something like that on your Facebook. And, and Maria, just think about all the people that you can impact by, so you have some naysayers in your family, don't we all? But there's going to be a lot of other people that you're going to be able to help because they're going to get inspired by your story and your journey, and they're just going to keep seeing what you're doing and, you know, how you're just so happy and how it's changing your life, and you're going to be able to help a lot of people. So I can see that's going to happen.
It is.
Very cool. Okay. Thank you, ladies. I love your stories. Let me just touch on really quick. The habit of health for this week is all about sleep. And I sent out the client email today, and I love the quick analogy about it. It says, you know, when the computer or the iPad or whatever starts bogging down and getting really slow and not working, and what do? We reset it, right? You turn it off and let it restart. Well, when you sleep, good, healthy, long, restorative sleep, that's what you're doing. The body's like, oh, I feel so much better in the morning. So I hope you're doing that. I hope you got your email from your coach, if it's not from me, and that you are working on that habit for the week. And I thank you all for joining us this week. Come on back every Sunday night because we do it pretty much all the time. Have a great week, y'all. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.